broads I'd like to cast, if you know what I mean.
You shouldn't say things like that.
Really?
Yeah. You gotta say dames or chicks or
Yeah.
birds.
Skirts.
Oh, okay.
Or as I like to call them, the kitchen help. Fuck. This is a great way to start our podcast.
Yeah.
Massive
Demonetized immediately.
pro-misogynized.
Look, we're online. Cool. Look at us. Time to post the podcast link.
Hey, do it.
It's my weekly visit to the Discord lately.
Hey. God damn it. Chrome just always wants to open up new windows. Like, hey, you know what's new? Here's new stuff. Look over here. What were you typing? I know you're typing, but look over here.
It's like your phone when you're looking to tap that top bar and it's like something slid down just as you were tapping. It's like, you motherfucker.
Let's see if I can get this
I like
fast
when
enough
I'm
without the music.
about to tap a notification and another one comes in, and so I tap that one instead. Or I dismiss it before I realize what it was.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Oh, man. Time to move these brothers to the top of the list. Brother. Man.
Just trying to stretch out the podcast juices.
What?
Huh? Well, I got to get them evenly distributed through my whole body to fully
Oh.
bring the magic.
Mm.
Yeah. They're locked into one leg right now.
You know, we've watched a lot of movies for this show.
Have we? Would you say slightly more than 495? Or I mean,
Slightly
500
more.
I mean, 595.
No, I would say probably
Right
exactly
about there.
595.
But no,
Not exactly.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm
We had the Super Social Special.
Special.
Super
Shoulder
Shoulder
Special.
Special.
Plus some double features and other
Spoil
bullshit.
casts.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had a lot of dumb shit over the years.
And I've watched a lot more with extra.
God, you guys watch so many extras.
But not all of those were like unequivocally bad. They were sometimes were just theme things. Like
Yeah.
we got to watch the original Poseidon Adventure, which is not really a bad movie.
Not at all.
But we just wanted to get to. I don't remember if we watched the TV version. I know we watched the one with as BJ believes he is the knockoff. God damn it! What's his real name? Joe Bluth.
Will Arnett.
Yeah, Will Arnett. Yeah,
How did I know that?
yeah.
Wow.
Well, because like we were talking about Patrick Wilson, you had no idea who he was or something, and you were like, "Who's this discount Will Arnett?" I'm like, "He's been in like major Hollywood movies, like whereas Will Arnett was on a TV show once." I mean, I know he's the voice of Ford for a while, but you know, like he's a well-known guy. But it's like Patrick Wilson was like in.
Oh, Patrick Wilson from the Beach Boys.
Yes, that's Brian Wilson. Was there a Patrick Wilson too?
I think Patrick Wilson was his brother.
Is
Who
that
was
the one
also
that
in
died?
the band.
I don't know.
Possibly.
There was one that died, I think. I don't know much history about the Beach Boys. I guess
They're celebrities. They don't matter to me.
I keep forgetting they were in DC Cab.
As the Barbarian Brothers. Hello,
Yeah.
Curtis. You should be sorry. Not really. It's fine. You can do whatever.
It still is what it is. Time is not healed the wound or made the heart grow fonder or I don't know. Whatever. I'm gonna have a damn coronation here.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Hey,
oh,
it's not me this time.
okay.
It's not me this time.
It was me. I had unmuted this because I was on a call earlier.
Why would you
That's bad.
ever do that? Brian Dennis and Carl Wilson.
I mean, I know I'm lying in bed just like Brian Wilson did. Because that was a Bare Naked Lady song, I think. Or something.
Who knows?
So this is not the final. We've watched all the ones where they're the leads.
Right. But it's not their final movie?
I mean, this is the final movie they were in, yes.
Oh.
But there was like Road Raiders and Ghost Rider, but they were like in them.
Ghost Rider? Like Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider?
Writer.
A writer.
Oh, like the television show
Yes.
Ghost Writer.
Oh, like
A
all,
writer moves into
like all the books by Stephen King these days.
I think Steven's still
For a
writing
while.
his stuff.
Okay.
He's that kind of guy.
This one, a writer
Tom
moves
Clancy.
into a
Oh,
Malibu
he's
beach
dead.
house,
So
comes up
he has an
against the
excuse.
ghost of an actress who can be.
He would be a Ghost Rider if he was
Right.
still writing his books.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, this is weird. We shouldn't watch that.
But not the Ghost Whisperer. Was that Jennifer Love Hewitt or Patricia Arquette? I can never remember which one was which. One was a whisperer and one was a medium. But both of them had large breasts. I don't know that.
Wait,
That's all I know.
which?
The TV shows, like there was one with Jennifer Love Hewitt and one with Patricia Arquette. One was a Ghost Whisperer and one was a medium, but I don't remember which one was which.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't think I know either.
Both of those shows were on they were like CBS things that were like on for like 8 years, and we were like, who was watching this?
Your Nana.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And also my grandpa, because they're like, I like that Jennifer Love Hewitt. Jennifer Love, huge tits.
Jesus Christ.
I remember they used to have a website. Jennifer Love Hewitt's Breasts.
Oh.
.com.
Well, why didn't they just call
It
it
would
what I
be
just said? 'Cause
updated
that would
when
be
a show aired with her on it.
Jesus.
just like
Yeah.
the name was right there.
I used to visit that at work when I worked at a TV station.
Party,
Oh,
of,
yeah.
party of one.
1998. And I was one of the few people who actually knew how to use the internet.
Right.
And how to burn CDs.
Right. I was getting there.
Yep.
All right. Should we light the candle?
Oh, why not? I mean,
So we mentioned the ending thing in the beginning.
oh yeah, did we come
Like
up
what-
with how that worked? What number are we on the? Fuck, we should have done this before we were on the air because now I'm going to look like idiots. If I try to, our joke that I came up with the
Pentultimate?
the quinultimate and then the
Didn't we already mention the ending thing?
yeah, but I mean
Yeah,
I
but
was-
I figure like we should just be like, hey,
fuck, I got to do this.
because some people just don't like we get to the ratings and then they're like shut it down.
We did tell them there's a special announcement.
They
so-
don't care.
So this is the quinultimate, I believe. I believe if my math is right. If it's 595, that means there's this one.
5 left.
Yeah. Well, there's 6 left because counting this one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
7 if you count the mailbag
Well,
one
we're not
that we're
gonna
going to do
count that.
before 600. So.
But yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you can, this would be the 5th to the last, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 595.
Yes.
6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, but sure. Yeah, we can mention it. It's fine.
Okay.
Whenever you want to slide that in.
All right.
Hey, we're ending.
Oh, hey. Fuck. What?
I was sliding it in.
Perfect timing,
Right.
as usual.
I didn't even hear what you said because I was clapping.
I said, hey, we're ending.
Oh, okay. All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast.
BMFcast.
Episode 595.
$5.95.
The quinultimate.
It's quinultimate. That's the
Yes, it's quinultimate. Yes.
you've worked it out.
I believe, unless I can't count, which is entirely possible.
Yeah.
And if you want to blame the bad counting, my name is Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
And what we have done each and every episode of this here BMFcast is we go and we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie. Then we come in here and talk about it. Then they get ratings. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. Get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
Robot Jocks.
However, there are bad movies that stay away. They get a negative sliding scale, 1 to 5 bags and giant bags of trash.
Boo.
Nasty. Bin 'em.
So yeah, quinultimate meaning that we have 5 or so more episodes.
Yeah.
After this, 5
Yeah.
more
We're
episodes.
ending at 600.
Yeah,
Make it easy.
Just in case you didn't listen to the end of last episode.
Some people don't.
right. So just throwing it out there in the
Quitters.
beginning.
Yeah.
Not to lead bury the lead or throw the lead
No,
in with a
but
downer or whatever.
if-
but
If you want to say something to us,
Now's the time.
You've
Yeah.
only got 5 more episodes to do it.
Right.
the clock is
Go
ticking.
listen to the end of the last episode
Yeah.
for details.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Anyway.
as we're wrapping up this magical mystery tour that we've been on, we've been kind of trying to circle back to some of our favorites or things that have brought us joy over the years, and of
Mhm.
course, we knocked off Seth the Rothrock movie last week. This week, we had to bring back the Barbarian Brothers.
We're just making that trip through the Hall of Fame right now.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, they really only had one more lead movie that we hadn't done, so it was kind of right there.
Yeah.
Kind of easy.
Yeah, they show up in a few others, but this is the last one and their last movie.
Period.
Yeah.
Okay.
That they did together. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, this is 1994.
One of them shows up in a movie like 10 years later, but
yeah, the 1994's Twin Sitters is what we're going to be discussing.
Also known as The Babysitters.
Yeah, with like Toys R Us tees, where it's supposed to be the brothers standing back to back, I guess.
I guess.
But Twin Sitters is a much better name.
It is.
Yeah. Especially since was it The Babysitters? I mean, yeah, that doesn't feel like the name of the movie you're going to see. That seems like you're going to see a raunchy kind of comedy thing or something.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe. I don't know.
Anywho, basic overall plot of this is that oil man, like oil baron's son, basically has been working with the mafia to help illegally dump toxic waste. That's really
the mafia. It's
that's what they say.
bad guy.
Strom, who's played by George Lazenby, BMFcast and George Lazenby.
Yeah. Stargrove Sr.
Mm-hmm.
George Lazenby. His most famous role.
correct.
Stargrove's dad.
Right, exactly. Known the world over. Yeah, he is. He's some sort of mob boss. I mean, it's shown that he has pallets of cocaine coming in, just general crime things. But yes,
He's into all the crimes.
I believe did they actually have the uncle, like Uncle Dave, or what was Bob was his name? The oil baron guy. What the hell was his name?
Uncle Frank.
Uncle Frank. Did they actually have him driving the tanker truck and opening up the toxic waste?
That was not
No,
him.
it was
Okay.
the bad guy
Okay.
that was driving it.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're first we're shown like they're creating a toxic Avenger or some chuds by dumping toxic waste into the sewer. And then, he's having
nobody stops him.
Well,
This is how you get chuds.
yeah,
Just pouring toxic waste down there.
it's really bad. Yeah. That's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want chuds? But yeah, he's kind of having a change of heart and tries to confront the mob boss, and he's basically threatens him with like, "Hey, it's real unfortunate what happened to your nephew's parents. It'd be real unfortunate if something happened to you. I guess I'd have to take care of them, if you know what I mean. Anyway, see you later, Frank."
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, he goes home and has the evidence in the desk along with a gun. And you're like, well, what's he going to do? And he makes the phone call to the Justice Department. And the gun is irrelevant, I guess.
Right.
It's a red
Well,
herring.
it's sort of implied that
Yeah.
he's going to find his own way out of
Right.
this
Mhm.
at first, but
Yeah, he decides to turn state's evidence, and they decide to meet in the park. There is an attempt made on his life in the middle of the park with all these kids. The titular twin sitters have been working at a shit-ass Italian restaurant.
we get the intro to this movie is this slapstick sort of bullshit.
Yeah,
It is some Three Stooges ass stuff, man.
yeah. I guess I should
It
have
is
led
worse.
there.
It's demonstrably worse than anything you've ever associated with the Three Stooges.
Yes.
It's full of boings and very loud shouting and caricatures of people, and
Also making the scene stranger is Paul Bartel is there without Mary Warrenoff, having dinner with some other lady, and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Why would he do that?
I don't know.
Yeah. But this is what Chuck, when he wrote me saying, "Hey, twin sitters, you're gonna want to shut it off after 5 minutes, but stick with it."
He was wrong. I was with it from the very
Yeah.
beginning.
it's a little exhausting.
It was a bit much, and it's super childish, like excessively childish.
Yes.
But in the best possible ways.
I think I figured something out. There is something about lighting and composition of a movie frame that says a lot about your intent in the scene. And there is something joyous about looking at a movie that looks like this, and you go, just in your brain, you're like, this is a slapstick comedy. My brain is immediately ready for it. Instead of it being darkly lit or badly lit and it just looking like some modern film noir, and then suddenly you're like, is it Boing Bing? And you're like, no, this doesn't fit. But like the way Dunstan checks in, like this is filmed, the way like Disorderlies is filmed, all these movies are like dumb as shit, but they draw you in just because of how they look.
I think overall the thing, since we're talking about this, overall the thing that doesn't work for me with this movie is that it flip-flops back and forth between, and they're both still like shot like the style of scene they are, but it flip-flops back and forth between like crime drama /
Sure.
action movie and slapstick goofy shit in a way that doesn't feel congruous to me.
I mean,
Well, the worst is the shootout scene that you started with.
Sure.
Where there are guys who hop out of a car with shotguns and machine guns and stuff, are running through a playground, shooting at people, and the music's like, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, it's like it's
hang on.
Benny Hill meets Calliope, or I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it is very
It's
very
all over the
jaunty
place. Yeah.
and childish, and you're like, no, they're like shielding children from bullets right now. This is
I understand.
Yeah.
That's
the only one that I feel is
well,
like
that and
off.
there's little things. I mean, like there's a joke that the we haven't even gotten to them, but there are little twins too that they are the babysitters too.
Yeah.
One of them makes
So you're saying the title has a double meaning?
it does, yeah. One of those kids makes a joke of like, man, there is never a drive-by shooting when you need one. I mean, this is all coming from a different time when like these things were supposed to be foreign and alien. It could, not in my backyard things happening, and clearly time has proved us wrong in that.
Yeah. 1994 was longer ago than you think.
Right. So, anywho, just saying, if you view it in like if you viewed it when it was present, I always try to do that with movies and like view it like it was then and not through the lens of time. Anywho,
it's
I understand, but like it's
probably
still
the only way to appreciate a lot.
It's
of
still
movies.
it's still fucked up in a lot of ways. What is happening and the tone that is setting. So you have this where they quit / get fired from this, like I said, just a piece of shit Italian restaurant. I mean, the caricature of the chef guy is like just the most slobbish, schlubby, sweaty, nasty guy.
When people ask what do you recommend, they go the Chinese restaurant down the street.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they're holding their noses as they go to pick up their orders and like, good luck with that. Yeah, shit like that. So
if I worked at a restaurant, when I was quitting, I would just get that. That would be how I would hand out all the meals.
Here's your food. Good luck with that.
It would just be, here's your food. Good luck with that.
Yeah. So anyway, they quit from this and they go home. There's a whole scene where they meet their somewhat normal family, I guess, just normal sized family, I suppose.
Yeah.
And they're cooking, and their aspiration is that they are actually really good cooks and they want to open their own restaurant. So they go to the bank and try to apply for a loan but of course they're stupid and they have no collateral and they don't even know what collateral is. All of that happens and they just end up like sitting sadly in the park, so that they just happen to be here when I jumped ahead in the in the plot, and this assassination attempt is happening on this oil baron turned state's evidence guy. So they are grabbing kids and shielding them. All of this happens. Everybody gets away safe. They do comically silly things to stop the people, like sliding themselves off of seesaws, and one guy gets wrapped up with the tether ball.
Yeah.
I mean,
after getting hit in the balls with a tether ball.
Sure. Yeah. So I mean, just silly things like that. It's kind of Home Alone-ish of like, there was a point in time where I just think we had taken guns to like such a like non-threatening level, post G.I. Joe and all this, where it was just like, oh, every kid has a toy gun. What's the big deal? Or
nobody gets shot. People only get shot at.
Right. Yeah. So
it's always going to ping off something nearby.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, time passes. The Justice Department gets back involved with the oil baron, and they're in the newspaper because they've saved all the kids and they've gone back to the powerhouse gym, and everybody's like, yeah, you guys are heroes, yeah. And the oil baron's like, that's the guy I want to protect my nephews. There are these guys because they saved all the kids in the park, and they're good Samaritans.
Right.
So, so they get into contact, and that is how we are introduced to the actual plot, which is these two giant bozos going to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's house and dealing with all the staff and these two little shithead twins. So yeah, I mean they've got twin Damians in this house, and then a bunch of like servants and stuff taking care of them.
Yeah. Well, there's a good twin and a bad twin.
Yeah.
The bad twin is basically browbeating the good twin into doing devious stuff, but
yeah. But I mean, there's a rolling cast of characters. There's Thomas the butler. Let's see. Did they ever give what was the kitchen lady's
Penny.
name? Penny. Okay.
Yeah. Mother Love.
Okay. All right. So yeah, and then there's Lolita, the French maid. Even though she's not in it, she's in a French maid's outfit, but she's
French maid outfit. She's very much Hispanic.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah. And then there's also.
Did your doorbell just ring?
No, I think he hit the.
I think I hit the thing here.
That sounded exactly like a doorbell to me. I was like, what the fuck is that?
No, I think he hit the
Sorry.
springs.
Yeah.
And then Gardner,
The gardener.
who just looks shady. Like I'm just saying they keep doing these shots where it's like he looks like he's looking in, like he's part of the. He's a red herring, basically. It's like he's there to like keep looking in and like what's going
he's
on.
got brown hair.
Yes, he is. But he and the maid are having a fling, but also the maid is hot for the barbarian.
The maid is
twins.
horny for the barbarian brothers for sure,
Yeah.
but seemingly most men nearby.
Sure.
That's the impression that we
Well,
get.
I mean, they named her character Lolita. I mean, she's not young, but I mean, well, she's not old, but she's not young either. I'm just saying it just implies like horniness or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You could say that about her.
Sure. Anywho, so I think there's other. Oh, and then there's just like random, witness protection guard government guys that are stationed around the house. They're basically instructed like, okay, you take care of the kids, don't leave, watch after them, and just live in the lap of luxury here. But of course, these kids are assholes. So most of the movie is just them trying to bond with the kids and the kids playing various Harold and Maude style pranks on them where they're very dark and morose, and it's like these kids should be in therapy.
The first one is it's the first night that the brothers are there, and they notice that it's too quiet. They go upstairs to check on the boys, and they crack open the door, and the boys are hanging there. They've like painted their faces blue, and they're pretending to be dead.
Yeah, one's got googly eyes and like popping out of his.
The other prank that they pull on them is I forget which one it is because I can't tell the kids apart.
The evil one, whichever the evil one is.
One of the kids is like, "You got to come quick." Kid,
I think Stevie was the good one,
Steve
and what was the evil one? Randy? No, I don't know. I think people named Randy are just evil. Sorry, any Randys out there?
Bradley and Steven.
Bradley.
So Breven, or Stadley, if you will.
Okay.
So Stadley comes in and says, "Hey, Breven is in the pool. He fell in the pool, and
He ain't breathing.
yeah, and he ain't breathing, bruv." And so the brothers run out there, and they have thrown a dummy in the bottom of the pool. The brothers swim up to the surface, and then the evil twins are standing there with a 1980s space heater with an extension cord and huck that into the pool. Luckily for our barbarian brothers, the extension cord gets pulled out before it makes contact with the water. But
I feel like electric
that's
heater.
the kind of shit that they're into.
Electric heater would have been a lot better name because when I hear space heater, it just feels like a thing you take up to space so that it's not so fucking cold.
Well,
I just.
the great thing to know is that that's not what it is.
Oh, okay. Well, just feels like a thing that if we put a space heater on the space shuttle, so it's not
That's
so
a
fucking
space shuttle
so it's not so
heater, you
fucking
idiot.
space cold up here.
It's a space shuttle heater.
All right.
Ugh.
Yeah, you.
where you take your
so they
space
try
blankets.
to they pretend to be dead and then they try to murder the
Splankets.
barbarian brothers. All the while, also every time they try to have a meal, the barbarian brothers have cooked like an elaborate Italian meal because I don't think we mentioned their last name is Falcone in this, so everything they do is through like a hey yo we have an accent in this.
It really only pops up when it's time for them to do an "Hey yo" or something.
Yeah. So they're always serving them, and the kids are like, "We don't want this. We want peanut butter and bologna as their
go-to
food of choice."
which Penny has warned them is
Right.
the only thing that these children will eat.
Yeah. So they tend to throw their food on the floor. This is part of their assholery is just like hucking their entire meal onto the floor.
And
going,
also,
no, I want to eat that.
like gluing the brothers to their chairs.
Yeah.
And
So they've done
that
some
sort of
minor pranks. The major pranks are the the hanging and the attempted electrocution in the pool.
It is interesting that they are just like completely unimpressed by the fact that the one like just basically gets so angry that he has a fork in his hand that he obliterates.
Yeah, he bends it in half and then snaps the top part off the head.
Yeah, and they don't like that. It's weird because they don't react to that because
not
these
really.
these are giant men who are dressed like WWF stars, and I say WWF because that's what they wear throughout this movie.
Because they're wild animals.
Just WWF costumes, like just
Yeah, definitely that era of wrestling.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like their off days, like not their in ring attire, but like they're
Well-
like, hey, we're backstage and Sting just got attacked by Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm
The
mixing
thing is,
things that
they
don't
don't-
happen, but
They don't just wear like one outfit. Like a lot of times a wrestler will have one themed outfit, let's say. They wear a piece from every wrestler's outfit. It's like they grabbed one random item of clothing from each duffel bag.
Well, there's one he's wearing like 7 sheriff's buckles at the same time.
Yeah.
Well,
there's like one hat that's like a bird's nest.
I was going to say when they show up to go to the mansion at first. Yeah, he has a beanie on that has not just like a painted on bird like Portlandia, but like an actual 3D bird and a bird's nest with eggs in it on his head. I mean, these men have large heads, so there's plenty of real estate to work with there. But yeah, and that's just what he's wearing. I love how they bust into the door. I mean, they just they are. Like we talked about Nilla knocking way back in the day, like how Vanilla Ice like knocks in this. They are just like ding 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 on the doorbell and just like all
while
hands.
pounding the door.
And then Thomas the butler just like, and they just explode through. They're like, "Yo, Thomas, what's up?" Well, he just like bowl him over, and that is a common theme. Like Thomas gets knocked over and
like
thrown
thrown
into things constantly. Which is fine because spoilers, he's the mole.
Well, you learn pretty quickly he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Or working for the bad guy, I should say.
He acts suspicious, even before we find out. But it's like 17 times. He gets like the first one. I think he drops a tray, and then one of the barbarian brothers knocks into him, and then he gets knocked into a sideboard. He gets knocked onto a serving trolley.
Yep.
He's too close to a door, holding a serving tray when it gets blown open by one of the
he
barbarian
was
brothers.
eavesdropping in the kitchen, like in the kitchen door, and so they just bust out of that.
Yes.
Yo, why were you standing right behind the door, Tom?
Yeah. So it's just a constant parade of smashed dishes for Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And good.
And also just him walking in, like he walks in like when Mr. Hawthorne or whatever the hell his name is like, we're gonna hire you to protect the twins, and he walks in with the full serving tray right then. And it's just like,
correct.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be staying here. So, yes, lots of broken dishes in this. Broken glass everywhere. And these guys just walking around like they just don't care.
Yeah. It's weird in that the whole rivalry between the two pairs of twins doesn't last terribly long. I think they just ran out of dumb shit that they wanted them to do to each other.
I think so.
It kind of comes to a head with the pool thing. Oh no, the pool thing.
The pool thing happens, and from this
they
tie the kids up, and this is when we're introduced to their teacher.
Yeah, Rita Silver.
Who's just an in-home, like shows up and teaches them shit.
Yeah,
and for some reason, the Barbarian brothers become students of this teacher.
They are enamored with her.
But it's also like treated like they are children in class.
They're kind of Billy Madison a little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
a little bit, yeah. And there's one of the brothers is kind of actually smart, and the other is kind of actually dumb.
Well, he knows what a present participle is.
Yeah, I don't even know what a fucking present participle is.
Well, you're fucking stupid.
Wait, I think I got it.
You've only got heart.
That's right. I think I
no
figured it
intelligence whatsoever. Yeah, but they do a lot of like. But this is the teacher comes in and they've got the kids tied up, and them and Mother Love are just laughing at them. They're like, look at you little pieces of shit, ha ha. And then the teacher comes and is like, what are you doing? And then of course the kids are like, oh, they tried to hurt us. And
I mean, at no point did they try to explain that these little bastards just tried to electrocute us, which really just would probably give you a little zap. I mean, a space heater in a pool that big, it's not. There's too much dissipation. It wouldn't probably kill you. It's not like a bolt of lightning.
Hope. Sure.
And the circuit would have broken anyway. I'm just saying it would give you a little tingle.
Oh, you hope.
I hope.
For their sake.
For their sake, yes.
Yeah. But also, like, this is their teacher. If anybody they're going to be an asshole to, I would think it would be the teacher would be top of the list.
Yeah, I think even the
Unless
kids
they just have a crush on her.
I think
and
kids.
That's it.
I mean, look at her. I mean,
but even when kids have crushes on someone, they treat them like shit. You know?
Do they?
Children are shit.
I mean, I feel
children actually treat everyone like shit.
Here's the thing.
Don't have children.
They're
bad for
not all
you.
children.
I would
are
like
shit.
to argue that I think
are.
kids, when they have a crush on an adult or like someone older, they don't do that.
They
But
suck
it's
up.
the
Their
same
age.
age. Yeah,
Yeah.
then they don't know how to handle it. They're like,
Okay,
pick
fine.
at them. Yeah.
I don't know.
So
It's
you
been
have-
far too long since any of us have been children to remember.
I was a child
I did not know that you
literally
had a father.
literally 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, I would have had a crush on this teacher. I think she's
Yes.
beautiful.
Yeah, she's pretty hot.
She looks like she could be like. She's somewhere in between Zooey Deschanel and Courtney Cox.
Well, she looks a lot like Claire Forlani, if you know who she was back in the day.
I was going to say Yancey Butler.
Oh, yeah, Yancey Butler. That's sure. Okay. Yeah, of course.
I think that's the closest analog for me, at least.
Okay. Claire Forlani was the girl in Mallrats, if that helps. Yeah.
And Meet Joe Black.
Well,
Chuck
I
favorite,
was
Joe
going to leave
Black.
that one out.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
That guy got bounced around by those cars a lot.
All right. But
It was good for that, at least.
But she's been on she's been on like soap operas for like 30 years now. So
Anyway, yes, she's their teacher. This kind of shifts things because then there's someone else in the dynamic now.
Mm-hmm.
But the kids, the one brother has said, nobody cares about us. It's just you and me, man. 2-man cult. Let's do this. Nobody cares.
Yeah, you said you wanted a free haircut, right?
Yeah.
They're going to cut your fucking hair.
Here, check out these shoes. Check out this drink. Let's fucking do this, brother. And they decide that they're going to run away, and they steal the Rolls Royce.
Yeah,
to run away.
I usually feel like I'm pretty good at like calling what's going to happen in a movie because they have like it'd probably be like a 4-car garage. They have like two-car garage doors side by side. One of them looks fake as shit. I thought for sure that car was just going to come plowing through the garage door, but I guess it was just a badly hung.
It's like in a video game. The texture is just slightly off. You're like, okay, click on that.
Yeah, that's destructible. Okay.
Yeah.
But no, they actually open the garage out, and they are like sort of muppeting their way to the pedals.
One does the pedals, one does the wheel.
And the Barbarian Brothers are in the back seat the whole time, and they just jump up like, "Blah!" Which make them sort of crash the car. And kind of after this, they all become friends because the Meek brother is basically like, "I'm not going to let you push me around anymore," and they start tussling on the ground. And the Barbarian Brothers are like, "Violence solves everything. Let's get out of here." Mission accomplished. Let's hang a banner.
Well, yeah, the one guy when he asked them, like when the FBI guy asked them, he's like, "You guys are big. What are your credentials? Where'd you serve?" And they're just like, "No, we were just fat kids."
Yeah, you got to get tough or learn to hate or learn to like pain. We didn't like pain anymore, so we got tough.
Yeah,
and steroids.
Mm-hmm. The kids do mention that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they do because when they see their truck, which we didn't mention, they roll up. They have a. I will say it's a monster truck. It's really just...
It's a monster truck, yeah.
I mean, it is and it isn't. Because it's sort of like it's just a normal-sized Dodge truck body with some big-ass rims and everything. But it's not quite... Like, true monster trucks have a little bit bigger cab.
It's like what monster trucks used to be before they started, like the original Bigfoot was like a regular-sized cab. Now...
Well, from the waist down, it's a monster truck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I mean, this still has like
it
normal...
has gigantic tires.
Oh, okay.
They still have like normal doors that climb up and get into. Like monster truck nowadays just have a hole you have to come up through from the bottom.
Because they do have to throw one of the children in there to get them on the truck.
So, but yeah. Anyway, so they have that. When they see their truck the first time, they're like, "Man, even your truck's on steroids."
Yeah. The kids aren't Italian.
Oh. Sorry, I started doing this. I can't stop it now. It's a goof. I'm sorry. It was a goof.
You've been barbarianized.
I made a goof. Goof.
At what point does he do that? Oh yeah, when the kids refuse to take a bath, and so they chuck them in the hot tub.
Yeah.
And then as they're dumping Mr. Bubbles soap all over them, he goes,
like the old like powder shit.
Yeah.
Look like laundry detergent.
Yeah, because we were waiting for that to happen at some point in the movie, and it finally did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anyway, so now they're kind of friends because the one brother stood up for himself, and they're all kind of copacetic now. And the barbarian twins did not rat them out to the teacher when she asked why they had black eyes. Yes,
I think that was what solidified that.
That too, and they also have a fashion montage because they're like, "You guys dress like Carlton. We got to fix this shit," and so they style them up in their WWE attire.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
They go to the creative mode and
WWF minis.
Yeah, they just go to the creative mode, create wrestler, and they just let them slide all the clothes around and say like, "Oh yeah, that one, this one."
Just assholes. These little kids, man. They make them look like assholes.
They already looked like assholes. These kids just from the jump, I was like, both of these kids are assholes.
As I said from the very first time we saw them, any movie that is filmed anywhere near Hollywood. You put them at the local paper and say, we're looking for this. If they said we're looking for twin boys age 6 to 12 just to have a thing to choose from, they probably got 400 or 500 applicants or sets of twins. And somehow they still chose these guys.
Well, because they look like little assholes.
I guess.
They're like, well, we were in Kindergarten Cop, sir.
Oh, were they?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Great. Are they not a tumor kid? Or
I don't believe so.
okay, that's another thing.
I could not tell you anything about Kindergarten Cop
I haven't
now,
seen it in a long time.
but they were in it
Okay,
as the same character.
gotcha.
As is
Oh,
Hollywood
it's the
tradition.
Mary Kate Ashley thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's so you can get the same face to
Get
work
more
longer
hours.
during the day.
Yeah. Yeah. One's night shift was
Yep.
get out there, child, and act.
Child 2, your turn.
Just bring me 3 dogs that look the same. I don't care.
But yeah, these kids look like little assholes, and that's
Yeah.
probably why they were chosen.
Okay. Yeah. So
But
they're all
they're
kind
all
of friends
buds
now. Yeah. And that's when I guess the gangster guys like we got to step up. Well, they've tried to do a hit on the guy because they're deposing this guy and like
They're not like toppling his regime. They are
this
taking
is-
a deposition.
Yes.
This is a children's movie.
yes, they're taking the deposition. It is still deposing. Yes. You made me think there for a second because that's the other thing is this movie like the whole time they're constantly using words that are very close to the right
Oh,
word
yeah.
like when they want to
Oh,
say
I faked you out. Yeah.
yeah, for a second I was like I fucked myself up because they're like instead of saying I'm going to have a coronary they're like I'm going to have a coronation and shit like that. So it's
Yeah.
just
He needs electrocution lessons.
yeah, right, things like that. So for a second I thought I was wrong, but yes, they're just deposing this guy in this hotel room with like the giant bay window, and it's the FBI, the DOJ, the ATF. For some reason, the CIA is there too.
Yeah.
And weirdly, they're all like not wanting this guy to cooperate. Almost.
It's weird. There's weird jokes in this. Like the EPA lady is just smoking like a chimney in his
Right.
face, and it's like. And she was introduced right after the ATF guy, who I feel like should have been the guy that was smoking, just because that would be sort of irony,
Right.
Yeah, and have a.
I think
you know, like-
I think it's supposed to be like
and just have
okay,
a
she's the
shotgun.
air quality guy, and
Yeah, I'm just saying, like have a
Yeah.
shotgun on, and
shotgun and a
beer.
bottle of bourbon, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is the point where we're introduced to Nitro
Yeah.
from American Gladiators,
dun, 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 dun.
where he is the sniper who is going to murder these kids' uncle.
It's appropriate because he was so good with that tennis ball launcher.
Yeah.
The assault course.
I've never wanted to compete on anything more than American Gladiators.
I only wanted to do the assault course. That's all I ever
Yeah.
wanted to do. Like,
Guts.
I don't-
Nickelodeon's guts, baby.
I don't give a shit about doing the pugil sticks or whatever. Like
I wanted to do everything,
No.
especially the thing where you do the swing, like the ring swing thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But
Anyway.
anyway, yeah. But he uses a laser sight so they spot him.
Well, that-
but he's also a bad shot.
Well, he clearly shoots the guy, but the glass coffee pot stops the bullet because it's that kind of movie. Like that laser sight, it's never like they push him out of the way. The laser sight is there. The coffee pot just comes in front of the guy. The coffee pot explodes, and then they tackle him out of the way.
That's the quality of a Mr. Coffee glass carafe.
Sorry. You know I always take my Mr. Coffee when I'm having assassinations.
yeah.
But yeah, he misses. So
Yeah.
So
He'll
they
come
have to
back, don't worry.
reschedule.
right.
Just get another
Yeah,
hotel.
and so I think they step up the schedule of like, all right, let's kidnap the kids.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
Yeah, because that I think that's about the point when we learn that the butler is the one who's feeding them all the inside information that they need.
they also take out Rena Sofer like on a double date at the same time.
Yeah,
They do, and they take the kids with them.
Yeah, and that's when
Yeah.
they get to utilize their monster truckedness because they have to roll over the government cars that won't let
Right.
them leave.
They also skip the entire date sequence, and so they drive off, and then the literal next
know
scene
what?
is them driving back.
I'm okay with that.
With
I'm
all
thankful for that. I would
fair.
prefer
That
they
would have been
skip
another
that.
20 minutes.
I
But
also like that. Like it's just implied that like these guys are such hulking beasts that you take them to a carnival and they just destroy every single game
Right.
because
Yeah.
they have the monster truck is just full of stuffed animals. In fact, one gets obliterated as they're pulling up.
Yeah.
And balloons.
and it's got like I don't know, there are 100 balloons
Yeah.
hanging from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they finish the date. One of them has a balloon, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to have a date with you," that kind of thing. And
Yeah.
they
I
take turns kissing her on the cheek and then leave.
How
And
does-
she has a pair of gorillas under her arms, which is just appropriate too. At the end,
Yeah.
How does her dating both of them work?
if it has to end in an Eiffel Tower. I mean, there's
Yeah,
no other
I mean,
way.
it doesn't
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah.
There are
I mean, this is like a dead ringer situation. I don't know.
in the year of our Lord 2024. This is a fairly common thing. I mean, maybe not with twins, but
But at the literally the same dates.
Yeah, I mean they were in the dead ringers proposition because they went on the date at the same time, so the cat's out of the bag there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if everybody's cool with it, like the only thing that I'm not cool with would be like having my brother having sexual relations with my date at the same time as me. If I was cool with it, that's the part I wouldn't be cool with.
Yeah.
But it looks like they're taking turns because when they do kisses goodnight, one makes the other turn around. And so they do that separately. But
Yeah.
who gives a shit? It's a movie. They don't really spend much time on it.
Good.
Maybe the Barbarian
I'm
brothers are
thankful
asexual.
for that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just like a Ken doll. You just nothing down there.
Well, I mean, that many steroids. It's just,
Yeah.
Fair.
it's just gone flat.
It just receded into nothing.
Yeah.
So they decide that they're going to kidnap the kids.
Yeah, I mean, they send the pantyhose ninja squad because I mean they don't really have like cool ninja masks or anything. They just look sort of like pantyhose robber masks, just so you can have random stuntmen show up.
Yeah.
But yeah, they kind of bust in and
The
like,
way they enter is the one Nitro is dressed like a cop and pulls up and says something, and then they're like, "All right, yeah, you're good, man. Have a nice day." Not as he starts shooting people.
yes, he nots. That's his
Yes.
catchphrase before shooting someone. Have a
He
nice
tells
day,
them, "Have a
not.
nice day," not, and then murders them.
Yeah, and then the classic from the silenced pistol.
But there are a lot of good, like, taking out the FBI guards
Yeah, like kicks from off
scenes.
screen.
Oh,
and-
yeah. There's a great
There's just an
off-screen
arm that comes
kick.
from like out like there's like a place that like nobody should actually be able to be in. Like it's
Yeah.
like there's a
Like
I
a
don't know,
trellis
yeah,
or
like there's like a
something.
trellis and like a gate over here. There's just this little tiny spot, and this arm comes out and just does the
He
sleep.
yoinks the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the rope comes over another dude and yanks him off. So you get a
Oh, that guy does a
Yeah.
good flip too over whatever the hell they yanked him over.
yeah. But then they actually get into the house because like one kid is in there making lemonade for the Barbarian brothers and his other brother.
Yeah, because they're
Ned.
all buddies now. And also, we thought the dad was gonna, or the uncle was gonna die because like the one kid apologizes to him for being such a little piece of shit over the phone,
Right.
and then you're like, oh well,
Yeah.
I guess this is where he gets capped.
Yeah, he got absolution, so
Yeah.
he's about to get his ass
Nope.
pollution.
Instead, the kids like this is a fairly long sequence of masked dudes just getting wrecked throughout the house.
Yeah, and the kids are like the one kid is inside screaming for help, but because they've played so many jokes, it's literally the boy
Yeah.
that cried wolf. So they're just like, "Hurry up with the lemonade, you little asshole!"
Yeah.
Not like that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Mother Love gets a long sequence of throwing cans directly
Oh,
at a dude's
man.
face, which is
That poor
great.
stuntman. I mean, even if those are empty,
they're probably like plastic or something,
yeah.
but
not-
I don't know,
not
man.
Metal full of shit.
yeah, not metal and 10 pounds. She one arms a number 10 can of
yeah,
tomatoes
so
at the
it's-
dude,
So it's definitely empty.
or she's strong. I don't know, but it would have killed him had it hit him
Yeah.
in real life.
Yeah.
But it's a fun sequence of her just like, no, not in my kitchen.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
What is the least dignified way to die? Probably number 10 can to the face. I guess it depends on what's in it. Like if it was like chocolate pudding, would that be the worst way to die?
Taking a Del Monte to the dome.
I'd rather it be tomato than like chocolate pudding.
S-
Actually, butterscotch pudding. That would be worse. Getting
I
brained
mean-
to death by butterscotch pudding.
I was
I
thinking
take it you don't like butterscotch pudding. Is that it?
No, it just seems
Just
like
humiliating,
the,
I guess.
the
Okay.
flavor less people want.
Oh no, I'm,
like
I'm all about that shit. Yeah.
Fine.
I'll take that over any fake chocolate pudding any day of the week.
I don't know, butterscotch pudding. Like puddings in general, pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're
plus it's
good.
a heavy-ass can.
Not good way to die.
Agreed.
Just imagine that, like-
choking to death. All right, here it is.
okay. Let's
Going
hear
to the
this.
kitchen at 3 a.m., finding no snacks, settling for a small sugar rush from some sprinkles that you found in your baking shit. You pop open the shaker top and then choke to death because too many sprinkles went down your gullet. That is the worst way to die in the kitchen.
The person I successfully gave the Heimlich to save them,
Jimmy's? Were they
No.
choking to death on Jimmy's?
carrot.
Carrot.
Too much carrot chunk, and it got stuck.
I was just thinking. I was thinking Brussels sprout, if like somehow you just tried to
Oh,
down
got a
like an
whole
entire one, and it just
That's a bad way to go because
But
most
yeah.
Brussels sprouts are prepared poorly.
Carrot. I still don't understand how he even started choking on it.
yeah.
But
How
was
did you not see
legit.
that coming?
I get it.
He hadn't swallowed it yet.
Oh, okay.
That was the whole problem. No. Anyway.
Beta carotene jokes. Woo!
Anyway, yes. She's beating this son of a bitch with cans. Eventually, another guy comes in, and as she's about to hit one dude with a pot, when her backswing, she hits one guy.
It's so good.
She takes out more than anybody else.
It's the old ding dong.
Yeah, but she takes out more people than anyone else in that.
Yeah,
she does.
And then she gets taken out by a chump because Nitro just comes out to the side of her and just goes clonk with the butt of the pistol right to the head.
Nitro's the one. Like, God, the maid and the gardener are fucking in the middle of this. And
like you do.
Eventually, one of the barbarians defenestrates a guy onto them. And then she runs around screaming, and Nitro promptly just locks her in a closet because she's so hysterical, and she doesn't even realize, and locks that's how he takes care of her. But eventually they get the two kids. They've stabbed them with forks like in the foot and shit for a little bit.
Yeah,
it's honestly a pretty good slapstick sequence.
Yeah.
It goes kind of Home Alone because like he knocks over a jar of
a massive jar of gumballs that's sitting on the counter.
I was like, I couldn't think. I was like, well, they're round candy things.
Gumball, right?
Yeah, gumballs. Yeah, and so they slide on that shit for a little bit, but eventually like the screams turn like apparent, and they do go help them and enter the melee and all that stuff.
Yeah, and
they still end up kidnapping the kids because they throw them on a chopper, and the Barbarian Brothers end up doing the grab the skids thing.
Yeah, we thought they were gonna Captain America it for a second.
They are kind of trying to hold the copter down for a second, but they got nothing to grab onto like Captain America. So, but for half a second, you're like, wait. Because it looked, I'm sure the pilot just went for just like a half a second, like dip the copter down. But they seem like they pulled the copter down for just a second. But they end up, of course, like precariously hanging and dropping right over the pool, like you do. So they survive.
Convenient.
But now the kids are kidnapped, and they just immediately go into sad mode because they're like watching the old videotapes that they and the teacher shot when they decided to become friends with them playing basketball and stuff. And they notice like the teacher pans over and was like capturing Thomas like standing up on the balcony just looking all like, what is going on down there? I don't like this. And they're like, Thomas. And they go grab him as he's packing all his shit. And another weird, just this movie's full of like dumb, like I don't know who that's for, but he's just packing a pair of like little lacy panties in his bag. I don't know.
Yeah, it's another one of those like weird things we used to do in movies, like queer-coded evil characters.
Yeah. But anyway, so like he's getting away, and they, their first we're gonna give it a lie detector test. So they throw him in a copy machine and keep photocopying his face, but he's acting like it hurts, or like every time the photocopier like light laser whatever
maybe
goes
he
over.
has very gremlin.
Okay,
very sensitive eyes,
perhaps, but
gremlin.
Right,
he just the more logical answer.
I'm so sorry. I forgot that our Gremlins expert was here.
Yeah, it's
that
called,
man was a gremlin.
That's called Gizmo's razor. Whenever.
Yep. That son of a bitch. Yeah. He should have known.
If it's possible for it to have been Gremlin related, it is.
It is. Yeah.
That's Gremlin's razor.
Gizmo's razor.
Gizmo's razor. Sorry. Sorry. So sorry.
Yeah.
The concept took my brain by storm. Not the name.
But yes, it's just an excuse for him to make dumb faces as he's being photocopied, and they come out the side, and then they jump straight to. I should say they also like knocked over a briefcase clearly full of money that he had been paid to sell out the kids and find the kids' picture. And I don't know why the butler would have a picture of the kids. Like let me back that up. If I'm ever rich enough, not that I'm going to be rich enough or have kids or any of that, but say I were. I would not want my help, no matter how close they are to my family, having pictures of my family in their room.
Not on the bedside.
Yeah, not on their bedstand.
No.
I mean,
maybe like on the wall in a collage of other pictures, I might allow it.
Yeah.
Like if they're just one of those people that likes to display pictures, I might be like, sure, here's our family portrait from Christmas.
Yeah.
Have at it.
But the man had no other pictures except for
also,
the children.
Not pictures of just the kids. That's the other thing I would draw the line. Like I have to be in the picture.
It's a little weird.
Yeah.
Anywho, he has thrown their picture away because fuck them kids.
Yeah. But they go straight from photocopying his ass to
his face.
No, I'm going to say I'm sorry. They waterboarded the bank manager. That was when they were trying to get the bank loan. They just kept pouring spaghetti sauce down his gullet and holding his nose closed. Anyway.
Yeah, they murdered that man.
But they go straight from photocopying to drawing and quartering because
threatening it.
Well, threatening it. They have this guy tied up to two posts with his arms out, and it would appear that his legs are tied to the back of their monster truck, and that he's basically threatening to pop the clutch and draw and quarter this motherfucker. Yeah. Which, if you don't know what that is, read your history. That was a fun thing we used to do, like tarring and feathering.
Yeah, Humans think up some fucked up stuff, don't we?
Yeah, 4 horses.
Yeah.
Anywho. Actually, no, I only took 2. You needed 2 stationary points.
Yeah. But so this is finally what gets him to give up. Okay, they're meeting on the boat at
this
midnight.
boat is time. And then they just drive off, and it just turns out he was tied to 2 other posts and was just hanging there.
Yeah, the post was hidden underneath the truck.
Yeah, because for a second, like, they were like, all right, thanks for the information. And he drops in the truck, and I was like, are they just going to be like, all right, let's hit it? And you just hear this sound in the background. But no, it was a fake out, of course.
Yeah. I was looking forward to murder, and I was denied that.
Yeah. I really wanted to know where the wishbone would break.
Yes.
But I was denied that because they didn't kill him.
Yeah. Plus people don't have wishbones.
It was a metaphor.
Oh, okay.
I was speaking metaphorically, sir.
Ah, I see.
The man's entire body is a wishbone.
I got you.
I was wondering at which point it would tear apart.
Oh, somewhere like the dog wishbone. You were like, I would like to see this. My wish is that the PBS dog, where you could like wish upon him.
Okay. I didn't know that was the premise
not
of the
be
television show, and I was like, what the fuck is happening in the wishbone?
I would not waste my
cinematic
wishbone
universe.
wish on finding out how Thomas the Butler died.
I think you'd probably be like asked to leave the show if that had been your like one wish, like a wishbone. I would like to see a man drawn and quartered. He'd be like, "Ruh-roh." You need psychiatric care.
See, I thought you were saying
Wishbone just kind of cocks his head like, hey man, it's your life.
I thought you were saying that Wishbone had either drawn and quartered a man, or they had drawn and quartered Wishbone himself.
That's if you ever
like
look
some
at
true
season
Hollywood
4,
shit.
episode 11 is missing on most streaming services, and
Oh,
that was that.
That was the
They were
drawing and
just like-
quartering of Wishbone.
Yeah.
They were just like, you're going to donate or we're going to air this, motherfucker. If you don't
Donate
donate,
to PBS or the dog gets it.
Yeah.
Wishbone takes that dude out.
If you don't donate, Wishbone is showing up on Antiques Roadshow next week.
Jesus.
Oh,
Anywho.
Jesus. Yeah, so he gives it up that they're going to be on the ship, and then so they go to the ship. They see it's guarded by a bunch of those dudes, and they're going to need some help.
So the Barbros call in the Tigers, the Tiger Twins. Is it the Tiger
I don't
twin?
think they ever call them the twins.
I think they say the Tigers
Just
and
the Tigers and the Amels.
Amels, yeah, which is just the last name. That like you know what a tiger is. I know what a tiger is.
Well,
Pretty sure. I know
if
what a
you
tiger
know
is.
what a tiger is, and these guys show up, then you are disappointed because you wanted a tiger and not 2 karate twins.
Sure, but at least they have tigers on their geese, which
They do.
at least like
do.
fits with the naming scheme.
Sure.
Yeah,
But if you were expecting tigers, you
Yeah.
get a pair of Asian dudes.
with stereotypical like gong sounds and stuff when they showed up. Of
Yeah.
course, because it's that kind of movie.
And then the Amel twins who show up are some...
Some Rick James looking motherfuckers.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah,
They look like they might be Jamaican, but they definitely do not speak like they're Jamaican.
correct.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but he does kind of. I mean, I think it's because he sort of looks like DJ from Street Fighter. He's got that like slicked back fighty hair.
Right.
Yeah.
I just think that's what it is. Anyway, but yeah. Anyway, they're cool, and they also have like twin wives that we get to see later on. in the movie.
Right. But we get some good like twin action with the Tigers. They keep like faking a dude out.
Missing
and-
twin action.
Yeah, missing twin action. It's pretty fun. We get some good. We basically get like a few minutes of twin shenanigans with the additional pairs. It's a lot of fun. There's some kicking.
I mean, I like the one that the Tiger Twins do, where they just keep peeking out from different places as if they have their
Right.
one guy who was teleported.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that one, it's fun. And the other ones argue about which one's better looking, which one's smarter, all that.
Right.
Well, yeah. So there's
Yeah.
fun stuff. It's
I like that they just decided to lean into twins in the last 10 minutes of the movie. It's
Plus
kind of funny.
one set of triplets.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, but eventually they take everyone on the boat out except for Nitro, who has both of the kids.
In the engine room, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Somewhere there would be steam pipes and shit. Convenient steam pipes.
Which they conveniently highlight
Right.
every time the shot is very clearly showing it above his head.
Right.
Yeah, I think he was holding the kids hostage with nothing, like just holding them.
He had a knife.
Did he?
I
Okay,
believe.
'cause,
I
like-
believe he had a knife to one of them.
Yeah,
but not
just,
both.
only because because they walk in with guns that they've procured guns at this point, the barbarian twins that is, and
The Barbros.
and Nitro is like, drop your gun or don't come any closer or I'll kill the kids, and so they proceed to walk like 8 steps further. And then he's like, throw your guns, kick them over here. And when he kicks the guns over, he makes a big point of like, he tosses one of the twin kids aside to go for the gun, upgrade. And that's when the kid on the floor is like, haha, you forgot about the secret Steam update that was pending. And
Yes.
you thought you were going to play a game.
Valve pushed the Steam update.
Yeah. And he had to restart. And
Dude, he sells that Steam hitting him hard because it seems like it's an air hammer. Because
Yeah.
like when that Steam hits, he fucking drops.
Takes a huge flop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nitro's a performer, man. He knows how to do it.
I was expecting the gun to be one of the paintball guns from earlier in the movie
Fair. That would have been fair.
because they'd already done the fake out.
Chekhov's paintball gun.
Yeah, they'd done it once already,
Yeah.
where he had tried to, where the kid literally slides him a gun and says, "Get him," and he shoots this dude 6 times in the chest.
Yeah, one of the pantyhose ninjas on the
Yeah, but
house raid.
it's a paintball gun,
Right.
And I was that's what I was expecting was they would get him with a paintball gun, and the one kid gets a big welt on the side of his head from getting shot in the head by a paintball gun, but it's still just a paintball gun.
Right.
Nope, they didn't do that.
Yeah.
Instead, they steamed him, and then the other kid grabs a fire extinguisher and fucking watermelons that dude's head. It's hidden by the steam.
Nitro, no.
Yeah, he fucking pulped Nitro.
Yeah, he got Gallaghered.
Yeah. Yes, when you get brained to death with something, it's officially called getting Gallaghered.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
I mean, it fits because it also means you've lost your brain in modern times.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, yeah, and they mentioned something at some point about the boat was rigged to blow, and like sort of offhand.
Well, they all get outside, and it's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, we've made it."
Oh, right.
And then the uncle is there because George Lazenby comes out, and he's like, you thought you got out, but I've always got a backup plan, and he has the teacher as a hostage. And they're like, "Oh man, shit, come on, man, that's not cool." And that's when the uncle comes out and is like, "Listen, man, I'm the one you want, blah blah blah." And he's like, "Yeah, you're right." And so he tosses her aside, but the FBI guy, who's been there throughout the whole movie, is up with a sniper rifle and pops him
the thing is, like,
right in the head.
I'm pretty
just
sure
fucking viscera everywhere.
I'm pretty sure that guy was just the DOJ guy, which basically means he's just an attorney. Like, I think, and it's like
It sure felt like it.
I'm just saying, like, because it was
He was not equipped for any of the action scenes whatsoever.
no, he sort of was just blind firing in the park, just like a blind slide, like, oh no, get
Yeah.
away. But yeah. Anyway, yes, he gets them, and then they're like, when was the boat set to blow? They're like, midnight, and one of them looks at their watch and it's like exactly midnight, and they're like, let's get out of here. And I honestly, this might be the most people diving off something from an explosion I think I've ever seen in a movie.
It's a pretty high number of people.
Because
It's like 8,
there's
11,
four sets of
whatever.
twins. I mean the 3 adults
Yeah.
and the kids. There's the teacher, their uncle, and assuming the DOJ FBI guy, whatever. So and they all like do the running like off the boat as it explodes.
One guy on the left does
is
like
close.
just cartwheeling off, just tumbling.
Yeah, but they all dive in the water, and I mean, I'm sure it was a set of completely different stunt people and stuff like that. But I mean, still, it's just that many people like for a timed explosion like that is still
Pretty good.
something you don't normally see.
And it's a long way down to the water from where they're jumping off that boat, too.
It's like 25 feet, something like
Yeah.
that, 30 feet.
Like a minor cliff dive.
Yeah.
It's like a high dive.
Still,
You won't get that injured.
it looks like more than you usually see.
Yeah. It's good. It's a good look. It's quite nicely done for a goofy-ass movie like this.
Yep. And from here, we get to the final scene, which is they have their restaurant, which is basically the other restaurant redressed as a new set.
I think it's barely redressed.
Yeah, barely.
They
But-
probably got the other place cheap. I mean,
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
so this restaurant is also populated by almost nothing but twins. It's the Tiger twins, the Amell twins, our
the
our
Mrs.
Barbaros
Amell's.
Yeah, the Amell twins'
Amell
wives,
twins' wives.
who are also
were
twins.
twins, and then waitress
The triplets,
triplets.
Yeah, but also like Penny, the chef, Mother Love, with
Yeah,
her
she's-
family
yeah,
is
she's
in
got her own
there.
family. Yeah,
along with the DOJ
most
guy
of the
and-
the rest of the cast that was like anyone
Yeah,
that was kind of on
it's
their
like a wrap
side.
party.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean,
WRAP, not RAP. But yeah.
I don't know. They wrap some in this too.
They will.
They do
yes.
wrap some in the credits. Yeah.
But yeah, they kind of freeze frame. They all sort of like high five or something like that, and whatever.
And
They talk
movies-
about where they got the money from it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Thomas gave it to the loan." Well,
Yeah.
You know, they don't.
Yeah,
do
because
that
the
at that point.
government seized all the oil guys' assets.
Right.
Well, yeah, because he gives like a dumb, like "It's a Wonderful Life" line at the end. They're like, "How does it feel? How does it feel to be like poor and honest?" And he's like, and he looks at like his family. He's like, "I feel pretty rich right now," and it's like, fucking cheeseball line that doesn't belong in this movie.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yep. But they got their restaurant. The two brats have their uncle still, and life is good.
and I guess they're still double dating the teacher because
Yes.
they're now they have separate dates. They're like, don't forget we have a date tomorrow, and don't forget we have a date the day after that. So however that
Hey,
works,
man,
yeah.
whatever works.
Maybe she just has like a no object permanence. So like, and so like, so like when the new twin shows up, he's like, "Oh, it's you." And, I don't know.
Stranger
Maybe the girl
things
just
have
likes to
happened.
get fucked.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, that's the movie. We made it through,
We
and
did.
so can you if you want to.
Yeah.
Now it's time for the ratings.
There are multiple songs of theirs on the soundtrack.
Yeah,
We were having some debate pre-show whether any one of them.
I don't
was-
feel like any one of them individually really counts as a Stargrove,
Okay.
but altogether, I'd allow it.
I feel
I think
honestly,
the movie gets a Stargrove, but none of the songs in it get a Stargrove, if that makes sense.
The soundtrack. We'll give the soundtrack
that's
a Stargrove. but-
honestly, I have absolutely no. That is exactly how I was kind of feeling. Like nothing hits the way like a true Stargrove or most of the blaxploitation
Yeah.
themes do.
Right.
I mean, things get close to it, like they're bad sitters and they'll break some glass, and it's like
Yeah.
yes, they do all that, and lots of glass is broken in this movie.
Right.
But
But it's not plot specific.
Correct. So, but there's enough of the stuff that tells their background, I guess, that throughout the various songs. But we get two songs. We get two songs about the Barbarian Brothers
I
in the
believe there are
credits.
4 in the whole.
I mean,
movie.
in the
Yeah,
credits,
whole movie, because I think they have like a more one that's focused on working out during one of the montages.
Yeah.
But there is definitely no Think Big,
no
doubt about it,
No doubt
about it.
banger like that one.
No doubt about it.
Yep.
Don't speak.
And strangely enough, someone
That was a
commented
no doubt
on
moment.
What's that?
that video
Oh, somebody did comment
like
on that tonight.
literally 2 hours ago.
Yep.
Weird.
Well, now let us comment on this video that we call a movie with a rating, which I'm finding incredibly difficult to rate because it's very.
Well, I'll go. I'm
Yeah.
crazy enough to go first.
Do it.
Just because it doesn't make sense, I'm giving it 3 jocks. It doesn't make sense. It's not 2 or 4. Either of those would make sense. But whatever, this is what this is getting. So, I don't know. It's stupid, but it was my kind of stupid, and I can't explain it. Like just from the minute the minute it started going, I was like, I'm on board and ready for this.
I feel like we say that about every one of their movies. Every one of their movies, we go in going, "This is gonna fucking suck," and then every time we're like, "Man, these guys are assholes," and then we're like,
They're my
"I
kind of
really
assholes.
like that. That was fun."
They're not wrong.
Every fucking time.
They're not wrong. They're just kind of an asshole.
Yeah, because I'm going 4 jocks. I don't understand it. I don't, but I kept having fun with this movie, and like you just said, I can't explain it. But something about them clicks for me, and I think it's because they are so far over the top WWF, like dressed like fucking Macho Man
Yeah.
bullshit.
God, that jacket he has in his in the diner or their own restaurant at the end.
Oh, at the very end, the rainbow sequin jacket.
his rainbow
Yeah.
sequin maitre d' jacket.
Well, wasn't he wearing like
ludicrous.
a what did you say? It was like a Daffy Duck airbrushed.
I
was
saw
a
it.
Donald
It said,
Duck
it said Donald at the front. We never
Donald.
got to see the back. I was looking for it, but it said airbrush Donald, and neither of them was named Donald, so I can only assume it was a Donald Duck thing.
Yeah,
Or
like
well, I don't want to assume what else it might have been.
I think it's that human cartoon aspect to both of them that just works for me every fucking time, even though it shouldn't. And I should hate those little shits, but for some reason, I think because they cut off the whole like rivalry between them so early, it before it got old. I think that's why this one works so well for me. But yeah, I wish I could explain it better, but 4 jocks, I'm an idiot.
Yeah. I can't go 4, but it's so weird how this shouldn't work.
Nope.
Because like what I said in the beginning about the flip-flopping between serious business and goofy-ass slapstick shouldn't work. And it almost doesn't, but it still manages to get over, right? And it's very much like wrestling. For me, like that kind of shit shouldn't work because it's over the top and the tone goes back and forth all the time and nobody's really a great actor, but you throw some weird goofy stuff that hits every once in a while and you make a fan out of me.
I'm not trying to step over your rating or anything.
But you are going to.
Well, no, I wanted to interject something along that lines and why I think this is a positive thing. And so many times I watch videos of concerts from around the world, especially like Japan and places like that, and people go in there and just fucking lose their mind and get into the show. In America, very rarely like that. Stadium shows, perhaps, like if it is a club but it just happens to be vibing just right, perhaps, but it is so rare. Like 95% of concerts in America are just people standing around going like, music is playing. I am enjoying this.
Yeah.
And I feel like wrestling, for some reason, is sort of like we allow ourselves to be like other countries and just let our guard down and be like, I know it's fake. I know all this doesn't mean anything. I don't give a shit. It's fucking spectacle. Woo! Yeah. And then people just lose their goddamn minds. And I just wish more people would allow themselves to do that with more things, honestly. And
we are willfully suspending our own disbelief.
Right. Yeah. I just want to go into a concert and just fucking rave. Just have a fucking. I've had a couple like that, and they're so much fun.
Yeah, those are magical moments, and I've had a few of them as well at concerts, and those are the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, willfully suspending our own disbelief is how you have to approach a Bar Bros movie. And so, anyway, all of that being said, I'm going to slap 3 jocks on it and call it a day. It's no doubt about it. So weird.
Maybe I would give it 4 jocks, but I'm taking away the 1 jocks for the shithead kid. I mean, I know he has his turnaround, his face turn, but it was too late. I didn't buy it. Yeah. He'd done too much evil at that point. He tried to murder 2 men in a pool with a heater.
Yeah,
he did attempt to murder both of them.
So strange.
By God, man, those boys have a family.
Those brothers have. We
saw them. We met them.
Not too fast.
Oh, the brothers, the barbarian brothers, not the
not
children.
the kids. No,
Okay.
they don't have. No.
Yeah, the kids.
I meant the people that are about to get murdered.
Speaking of family, we've known all of you listeners out there for going on 75 years or so. You're like our little family. And if you want to send us your thoughts and feelings on our little family here, you should email us, bmf@bmfcast.com.
Yep.
Or give us a call on the Garfield phone, 910-5-JOCKS-BMF or 910-556-9263. Keep in mind that you need to tell us you love us if you love us, because we're going away soon. Like we said, episode 600 is going to be our last BMF Prime episode here. And we've enjoyed this journey, and we hope you have as well. So let us know. Let us hear from you. As we said in the last episode, not everything's going away, but we're cutting this off.
Yeah. Main one's going away.
Yep. So stay tuned for some more details on exactly what that means to Patreon
and if you just want to send us something and you don't want it on the air or whatever, just tell us somewhere in there.
Yeah, you can just flag it the old confidential.
Yeah, use our special code in the subject line that says "read this on the air," and we won't read it on the air.
Yeah.
Now you just
That's
made
a
my
joke.
job
That's
way more confusing.
That's a joke.
Because
Please.
now everyone is going to send
This is our pre-taped call-in show. What we're going to be discussing is going to be next week's topic.
And if you confuse me enough, I'm going to read it on the air.
Right.
So be ready for that.
I'm just kidding. Seriously, just say don't read this on air.
But yeah, we've started to receive stuff. So
I saw one come in today.
Yep. So
it was in my notifications for 3 hours because I didn't want to lose it.
I'm curious. This is only because you said the word so many times. Does he think he's too above it? Is it too expensive? Or has nobody actually thought to try to put Vin Diesel and the Olive Garden together?
I don't know.
When you hear
Your family.
your family.
Man,
I mean,
yeah, you're right.
is he above it, or is he does he want to
Olive
charge him too
Garden is
much?
above it.
Yeah, he
Really?
probably
Yes.
wants too much money.
Come on.
Olive Garden takes themselves way too seriously.
Fuck Olive Garden.
I know. They don't
What
take
do you
their
think
food
you are,
quality
like
seriously,
Carrabba's?
but they no, Carrabba's doesn't take itself that
Nah.
seriously. Have you heard their Christmas jingles?
No, I don't.
Or their mothers take your mama to Carrabba's.
Really?
It's a weird, yeah.
I have not heard that
Hey,
one.
Mamma Mia, for Mother's Day this year.
All I
take
know
your
is
mama to Carrabba's.
Carrabba's has stolen my credit card more than once, so,
Oh.
Fuck Carrabba's.
They're a bunch of criminals.
Yeah.
They're corroborating.
They're carrobbing you. Yeah. You should have known.
In hindsight,
They're carrobbing your car.
just like you should have known that man's a gremlin, I should have known Carrabba's is corrobbing me every time.
Credit card fraud buzz. Yep. Oh my god.
Anyway,
I will miss this,
Yeah.
No, I won't. I
being
hate
this stupid.
I mean, the thing is I don't know about you, but I don't plan to change. It gets smarter.
Nope. Yeah, you're right there. as well.
yeah.
It's too
Too late.
late for
Yeah,
all
old
of us.
dog,
yeah.
new tricks.
Yep.
Anyway, let's get out of here, shall we?
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ, and this is BMFcast out. We'll see you for 5 more episodes.
And completely unnecessary clap.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're about to hit stop.
I did hit stop.
Stop it.
Step it.
Well, I usually think I think I usually clap after we do the intro, but we just went right to being online.
Like we did. We went pretty quick. Yeah, that gets stuck in my head once a month. That stupid fucking Carrabba's jingle. And
I honestly I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know.
it's a radio jingle. For the
That
I
would
haven't
be
heard it
why.
in a long time, but it played enough mid 2000s, mid 2010s. Yeah.
Too far back, man.
When you hear your family.
Family. If I just hold my larynx down.
When you hear
When you hear your family.
I am Superman.
You gotta say it slower.
Oh, I am Superman.
Better. Much better.
Well, in the words of Our Lady Peace, Superman is dead.
I got a
You
pocket
know who
full
else
of
is dead?
kryptonite.
Our Lady Peace.
That's why Superman's dead.
Yeah.
Our Lady Peace.
Yeah, they got together. They went on tour with the Spin Doctors, and it was all over from there. The pocket full of kryptonite.
Jimmy Olsen Blues is a good song.
Is
Like,
that a
that's
Spin
the
Doctor
actual
song.
name of the
Is
song.
that the pocket full of kryptonite song?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, like, the first Spin Doctors album is actually pretty fucking good. I mean, if you
Yes,
remove
it
the
actually is.
overplayedness of it,
Yeah.
it's
Like,
sort of
people
it's
like
sort
to
of
rag on it as being bad, and I'm like, I don't quite get
it's
why.
sort of like that Fine Young Cannibals album. It
No,
was
like-
just way overplayed, but it was actually
Yeah.
pretty good the first time you heard
well,
it.
Fine
Two
Young
Princes
Cannibals
is really good, and
Yeah.
and Little Miss Can't Be Wrong is a fucking banger.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I mean, like I said, you remove time.
But yeah, Fine
time-
Young Cannibals is like they hit at the moment they should have.
Mhm.
You know,
Sure.
because like that was right before Nirvana came and fucking erased everything.
Yeah, I honestly really like that 88 to 91 pop era where it just didn't know exactly what it wanted to be, where you got weird shit like Wild Wild West, like Escape Club and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, what the hell song is that? I mean, like, that's just weird, and it's all over the place, and it's great. Electric Avenue, shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, Electric Avenue might have been earlier. I don't know. I feel like it was 88 or 89, somewhere
Wait,
around
Electric Avenue. Which
there.
one are you talking about?
I'm gonna rock down to Electric Avenue.
That was late '80s.
Eddie,
And then
Eddie
take you
Grant, I think.
higher.
I thought. It
Why
was
do I know
earlier.
that?
I thought it was earlier than that.
Why do I know
honestly.
that?
That's why you can't
Yeah,
remember
but I mean, like,
trigonometry.
Think about the fact like "Walk the Dinosaur" was a hit song.
Mm-hmm.
That song was
Well,
fucking everywhere.
That song fucking rocks.
I know, but it's like what?
1982.
Oh, okay,
is
so that's way
Electric
earlier for
Avenue.
Electric
Wow.
Avenue. Okay. All right, so that's way earlier than I thought it was.
Open the door. Get on.
But yeah, Walk the Dinosaur, that'd be from
Everybody
that time
walk the
period.
dinosaur.
Yeah, like I said, people, it was like, I don't know, it was just like
Well,
big band, calypso, like everything was like, just, it was everything together. It was
like
fucking
even
merged.
like it's got to be my age, but even like just the really crappy, I don't want to say disco, but like the techno dance club stuff that they were playing in like the late 80s.
Mhm.
All that shit, fucking love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Could not tell you any of the artists or like what any of it was, but all of it,
Like I
fucking
said,
great.
that fucking that kind of shit version of Rasputin I've listened to too many fucking
Oh,
times.
geez, Boney M's Rasputin.
I mean, not the original. I'm saying
the weird one,
That
yeah.
weird one I like that I probably listened to more times than the Boney M version, which is stupid, but it was that Napster time where it was like, what is this weird song I've discovered?
Yeah.
I love this.
Oh, and Any Song with a Joke was by Weird Al.
Yep.
And I don't know why it
My
popped in
favorite
my
Weird
head.
Al song. Any
Yeah.
song with a joke.
Yeah, I don't know why it popped in my head earlier today, but the point in Let's Go Smoke Some Pot where they just go, everybody solo, is like the best fucking thing in the world. And I don't know why, but like, and why is that the only song that's ever happened in?
Everybody solo is just a perfect call out.
It's so good because then it's just like, break it, it becomes fucking gibberish for like
Well, it's
2 bars.
there are certain jokes that can only be done like once, like
Yeah.
I mean, and just like talking about somebody had to do it. It was just the time period, and they got to it first. But the Aqua Teen Hunger Force DVD set, when you hit the button that said "Play All," and it played all the episodes on the screen at one time.
Oh, I never realized that.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
pretty
there was a button that
Yeah.
you hit "Play All," it just play them all on the screen at once at one time.
I
think it
I
was
feel
like
like
season 2 or something.
I feel like I'm due for a rewatch of all that shit.
I'm just saying, like
'Cause
old dumb
it's-
shit like that. People use Easter eggs and stuff.
Yeah,
on
because
DVD.
I never actually saw the movie. Even like
I think there's been more than one movie at this
I
point.
know.
Honestly, I kept up like probably the first 3 seasons somewhat. I was never like Space Ghost and things like that. And Sea Lab, I watched every single episode, but that was always just like Aqua Teen's on, fine.
Yeah.
background stuff. It wasn't like because there was no cohesive story or anything.
Oh,
not that
God,
there is
no.
really in Sea Lab, but there are still like there's more callback jokes than there is like in Aqua
Mm-hmm.
Teen, generally speaking. Maybe not in later. Maybe they started leaning on that, but yeah, every single episode was just something dumb. Like I still remember the dancing hobo hillbilly gem or whatever it was. Where it was just like it was like the Billy Bass thing, but like he just like his bottom shaked, and it was like this old prospector, and he just went. It was just so fucking stupid, and yeah, I don't know.
God, they're still making episodes.
Oh Jesus! Just like I realized, I think I've actually seen more Metalocalypse than I ever thought I did, but I just again, it was like never a thing I sought out to watch. It just I started thinking about like, yeah, I think I've actually seen because I started like remembering how the characters sounded in my head just out of nowhere, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about the mustache guy. I'm like, kind of talking like this,
Yeah, Jen was a big Space Ghost fan.
Yeah, Coast
she
to
had
Coast
seen all
was.
of them.
Yeah, I mean, like we discovered that shit in high school. That was like pre-Adult Swim. It was just like, what is this weird thing that's coming on Cartoon Network at 11 o'clock? And we would gather for it. I think we just found it like by searching. Like we usually get together and like watch like Mystery Science and stuff because we're fucking nerds.
Oh, speaking of Mystery Science Theater, on YouTube there is just a permanent stream of Mystery Science Theater,
Yeah,
and
They
it's
have
the
that on-
official.
Yeah, they have it on the Plex channels and stuff too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple things that have those.
It's just an interesting thing
yeah.
that I came across the other day. Hadn't heard anybody talk about, so I figured I would at least mention it to the 17 people that watch this.
I know Hasbro does like all the time streaming GI Joe episodes, and I think whoever owns the Turtle license is constantly showing the 80s Turtle cartoons and shit like that. So and I know they have a Top Gear one on the Plex channels too. That's just nothing but showing the Clarkson era Top Gear.
Nice.
Where did this come?
That's good. It's a shame that there was never anything Top Gear after Clarkson, May, and Hammond left.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, why did they cancel it?
Probably because
Just because
Clarkson, May, and
they all
Hammond
left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then nothing ever happened with Top Gear ever again on the BBC. Or
There was never a friend involved or anything like that.
that was the American one, wasn't it?
No, Matt LeBlanc was on the British one, which made no fucking sense.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like I'm 99% sure
Really?
he was on the
They-
fucking British.
I don't
one.
have
No,
anything. Nothing
that
against
didn't
Matt
happen.
LeBlanc. But
No,
I
just don't
pretty
think it
fucking
happened.
sure he was.
No.
Because I feel like he hung out in the UK for a little while. Because I feel like he had one of his weird little shows was like UK based, like one of those like
I don't know.
They all tried to like have shows after Friends that never worked.
Especially
Lisa-
not that David Schwimmer cooking show.
Lisa Schwimmer's one was okay.
What?
The one on
I'm just
HBO.
fucking with you.
No.
I don't remember what Lisa Kudrow's one was called. That one was pretty good though. I
Oh shit! Yeah.
the one that was on HBO or something that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Comeback.
Yeah. Come back.
And now we're a friend down.
We are. Also, we're a barbarian brother down. 2020.
Fuck.
I don't remember if it was David or Paul, but I think it happened mid-pandemic, so we had other fish to fry, as it were.
Yeah. We did a lot of variety hours.
We did.
Yeah.
We did almost 50 quarantine variety hours.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, there's just more episodes that don't really count against the full number, really.
Yeah.
Variety.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Is like, if you really add it up, we're way over whatever. It'd be great if, like, somehow we did actually end up on 666 episodes. If you added them all up.
Well, just with variety hours, we're at,
Yeah, I think
We're
the
at-
variety
Well, it
hours
can't be
were,
if we
what,
don't count
45 of them?
That's if you count extras. There's no way we're at 666.
No, extras
There's
push
I
it
think-
into... Extras push it closer to
You're like,
1,000,
yeah.
honestly.
I was gonna say, I think we're close to either over or under 1,000.
Well, no
episodes.
quarters would we hit, like 120? Something like that?
Yeah.
Might have been... I don't
Don't know.
I remember we didn't want to do 100 because like nobody was around, so like Knobs and I did 99 and a half, I think. And I think Harlow was there for that one. But yeah, we did like we had episode 99 and then we're like, let's do 99 and a half.
Yeah.
So we technically have more episodes of that too. And then we had stuff that was just like the Mass Effect spoil cast that was like literally 4 hours long.
Oh Jesus.
I can't remember if the Games of the Generation one was a
Numbered thing.
numbered episode or not.
I don't
Dodo.
remember.
But that one was good. Because back then games were good.
That was our Xbox 360 and
Yeah.
and PS3 era, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that
And don't forget the whatever Nintendo had. The Wii.
I think the Wii was their third
Yeah.
gen.
Yeah, I don't know that generation.
That generation, yeah.
yeah. It'll never be
Yeah,
topped.
because the Wii U was, and then the Switch, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just amazed at how much that industry has like just destroyed itself. It's
There's-
really
yeah.
bizarre. Like all these layoffs and everything, and it's basically like who's actually making anything anymore?
2K team.
They're like 40 game developers at the AAA studios, and they're all working 100 hours a day.
Yeah.
That's how it's going. Like,
Yeah. And then once
Activision-
the game ships, they just lay everybody off.
right.
Yeah.
Since I can't have this rant, since we're not ever going to do another quarters, I would honestly, if I worked on NBA 2K23, I think is the one I'm playing currently, because I won't buy the new one, because I've heard it's even worse with like the pay us to unlock this. And it's like no. But yeah, if I honestly worked on that, even if I worked on like the good parts, like the technical parts of the basketball game, which are great, I would not put that on my fucking resume, because you'd be like, did you work on the fucking open world city shit? Because get the fuck out of my office right now.
Yeah. That bad, huh?
Oh my god! Like, it's just like the collision system is like. I mean, kids are making better games in Blender and shit. I'm just like, I mean, it's like
Yeah.
it's sad. I mean, Blender's not a game making thing. I know, but it's an
Unity,
animation.
I know.
or
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, yeah, Unreal Engine, they can make a better game with better collision detection than that shit. I mean,
Yeah.
games are weird. Like,
Soon enough, it's just going to be all Fortnite.
yeah.
Like, apparently Rock Band was in Fortnite.
What?
oh
Yeah.
sure. You get to play as the guitar. Like,
No, you couldn't use peripherals, but it was like literally like things scrolling down the screen, and you were using like the bottom buttons across, like like the arrow, like left,
Like the
bottom,
hotkeys?
right, and then like
oh, are you talking about controllers?
A and B on the controller. It was something like that, but like
Strange.
Rock Band songs were in Fortnite, and it was like each day it cycled through different ones that would play unless you had
John Wick in Fortnite. I mean,
purchase.
They put everything in Fortnite.
no, I just mean like, what's the cross appeal there? Like these kids are not supposed to be watching fucking John Wick.
Oh, dude,
it's not kids
plenty
anymore.
of adults play Fortnite.
Yeah, honestly, like my neighbor, he was a huge Warzone guy, and when they put Modern Warfare 3 out and just apparently fucked it all up, according to him, he's like, we just all went to Fortnite because my friend was like, hey man, we don't have to pay for it, so just we're going there.
Well,
They basically dropped everything cool that worked in MW2's Warzone modes.
Yeah.
And it just fucking forgot about it.
Didn't Fortnite come out with some like classic battle royale, like no bullshit mode or something that people jumped all over?
No, they just went straight back to they released like the original map.
Yeah, that's
that
what I mean.
they opened with, but that had building stuff. There
okay.
are modes in it where you don't have to build anything.
Yeah, there's a no build.
Yeah, I thought there was something that people are. I've never played more than like a second of it.
The thing with Fortnite is they're always doing shit, and that's what keeps people, in that box. Is they keep doing shit. There's all sorts of. They're the masters of the fucking daily challenges and all that, and they have every licensed property on Earth, and all of its limited time. So you have to get in there and play it. And so if you're into it, you're into it.
Yeah, like I played PUBG, and then that was the thing everyone was talking about. And I remember jumping into like a battle royale match and killing like 2 or 3 or 4 people or something like that. And I was like, oh man, this is actually okay. I'm pretty good at this. And then some person came out and just started like fighting / building shit around me, and I was like, oh, I'm old. Never mind. Uninstall.
Yeah. It takes a lot of hours to get good at that shit, and I
was like, I'm old. Never mind. I'm not on that level.
Yeah. I feel like I need to just buy Baldur's Gate 3 and then never play another game.
Yeah, you've got at least like 150 hours, and
thing
that
is,
will take you several years to accumulate.
I keep clicking on people that are playing that game, and the thing is like every time I turn to somebody playing it, I still kind of don't understand how the game plays. Like they're always in the middle of like some kind of like dialogue thing or something, and I'm like, I mean, the old Baldur's Gate games were like top down, like you just click here, your person walks, and then you start something else. I mean, they were very like, it wasn't like fully interactive because of the time period, Right. I just don't know what they've done to it.
This is like Diablo open world plus all of the dice rolling, and apparently you can fuck a bear.
Okay.
So if you're
like a big
do that in
guy,
real life,
fat guy?
no, like a bear.
Oh. Like a Kodiak.
Yeah. Or a grizzly.
Nah, I ain't gonna fuck no grizzly.
I mean, like a grizzly. You're not gonna fuck any.
Their name implies viscera.
You're not. You're not going to fuck any bear, any Ursa, in real life.
Yeah.
But in Baldur's Gate.
Okay. Yeah, like a panda, maybe. I mean, koala's too small. It's just gross. And
pandas don't seem to really like to fuck, and they are strong. They will tear you.
I'm just
half.
saying, in the bear kingdom, like I'm staying the fuck away from grizzlies. Brown bears, sure. Yeah, I mean they're cute.
I'm going to tell you not to try to fuck any bear. In real life,
Unless
I'm on board with
he's
that.
consensual with it.
I'm on board with that for so many reasons you can't possibly conceive.
No
Not least of which is that I have no desire to stick my penis in anything that walks on 4 legs, even sometimes. So,
fair enough.
Yeah,
I don't blame you. Anyhow,
I was just talking about the general fuckability of animals. It was just a thought experiment.
Harlow's a furry, confirmed. You heard it here first.
Yeah, that's me.
The furriest. Wait.
Goodbye, Internet.
Good night and good luck.
Yeah, farewell, Internet.
Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye.
For